Welcome to your Magnetic Purpose podcast, where human design meets astrology and tarot. I'm your host, Ashley Hood. Get ready to explore, evolve, and embrace your fullest potential. Welcome to a journey of self-discovery like no other. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Your Magnetic Purpose, the podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Hood, an intuitive human design reader. And today I want to talk about the difference between channels and gates in your human design. I've been having the opportunity to do quite a few readings for all of you. And thank you for the ones who have been reaching out to me. Thank you for the ones who have been booking, who have been sending me messages. They really mean a lot. But if you want the opportunity to book either a live one-on-one reading with myself, or if you want a pre-recorded reading that goes all over your chart, please go over to yourmagneticpurpose.com, and there's a bunch of different options there. So what's been coming up a lot during these readings as of lately is people want to know a little bit more about their channels and their gates, and they want to know what the difference is between them and how it actually works within your chart. So if you go back to episode 3, I went all over your centers in your human design body graph chart. That is going to tell you about the different energy hubs that you have. And then within those energy hubs is where you're going to find your gates. So your gates are your gifts, your talents, your traits, your good, bad, and ugly that you come into this world with, and they are activated in different ways. You're going to have some that are defined in you, and then there's going to be others that are undefined in you. Anywhere that you have a defined gate, and you'll know that it's defined in your chart because when you look at your centers, you'll have little dots over top of where there is some numbers. That means that that is a gate that is active within your chart if there's a dot over top of it. A defined gate means that it is a special gift or talent that you possess, and there's always a high side and a shadow side to each gate. But once you can learn to work with your gates, they're meant for you to express them, and they are part of your personality, but they're also things that people know about you and that are maybe a little bit more subconscious or nuanced to you. Now, looking at your chart, if you have a center that is defined and you have gates defined within those centers, that is consistent energy to you. You are always able to call on those gates. You are always able to call on those special gifts and talents that you have within that defined center. If you have some activated gates that are in your open centers, this gives a little bit of a flavor to that openness of that center. You can have it defined when there's transits coming through that hit that gate, or if someone else comes into your aura or your magnetic field and they have that gate defined, they will then activate your gate. Or if they have that center defined that is open and you have that gate in there, they will then activate that gate and that center for you. So sometimes that's why you'll meet certain people and you'll really love them and get along with them and feel amazing around them because they activate a really high expression of a gate within you or a center within you. But in the same regard, sometimes you'll have people that you meet and they kind of give you the ick. They might be activating the shadow side of one of your gates or centers. The gates are really exciting for me because they start to kind of make you understand the different ways that you're meant to express yourself and the different talents and the gifts and the little things that make up who you are, but they also get you to your incarnation cross, which is my favorite thing. I won't go deeper into that in a different episode, but your gates are a big part of your incarnation cross. The gates play a really key role too when it comes to an astrological sense of thinking about your chart. Each one of the gates has a planetary placement within it. It also is assigned a zodiac sign to it. So for example, you can take a look at your body graph chart and you can see where your Mercury is at, and then you can look at the corresponding gate that goes with it, and that is going to show you how you best express your gifts, express your communication, how you really put your thoughts and your words out there in the world. Or you can go and look for your Venus, and your Venus is really going to show you what gate helps you to express your feelings of love and what makes you feel comfortable and how you like to surround yourself. So the gates all have a planetary placement, and that is going to help you even understand yourself deeper when it comes to the gates, your chart, your centers, and kind of what's going on around you. And then you're going to have your channels. So what makes up a channel is when you have two centers in your body graph chart that are defined, there'll be two active gates that connect each other. That means that you have consistent energy from one channel to another and is constantly flowing through you. The flow is going to be that channel. When you look at your channel, you will be able to see sometimes you're going to have it all one solid color, or it might be broken up into two different colors. When it's broken up into two different colors, this could mean that maybe one of the gates in your design is more on your design, subconscious side, and the other gate that's in your channel is on your personality side. So that would mean that you have this channel, you have the consistent energy there, and it's something that flows through you and through your chart, but there's an element of that channel that lays a little bit unknown to you. Other people can see it in you, and they can see that as a constant flow of energy through you, but maybe for you, you need to be reminded of it or brought out a little bit more. Everything that is on your design side, your subconscious side, is within you. It's just a matter of you remembering it and re-waking it back up in your body. It is, after all, exactly how you came into this world. It is your default system. It is everything that is your essence, that is you. But sometimes we just need a little bit of a reminder about these special gifts and talents and traits that we possess as well, as opposed to all of the things that we think we are. So again, your gates are going to be your gifts, your talents, the way that you're meant to express yourself, and they are going to be the different numbers that go along with the I Ching hexagram from 1 to 64, and they're going to look like little dots throughout your chart. Those mean that they're active. Those are gifts that are readily available to you. If they happen to be in a center that you do not have defined, you still possess that gift, and that gives that center the flavor. But sometimes you need someone who has that center defined to come into your energy field or come around you to activate that gift within you so that you can have that energy. You can also, again, get that energy from any one of the transits of the sun or the moon that's going through at that time, or maybe one of the different planets. The best way, though, to feel the energy of that gate is always going to be when the sun is transiting through that part of your chart. And then your channels are just constant flows of energy that connect two defined centers together, and it is something that is within you that you can constantly rely on. If you ever have any questions about if you are meant to do something, or if you're on the right path, or how you present yourself, how maybe people take you in, or even just like how you have a flavor to the different things that you do and like your own special touch on the different things that you do, you're going to see that within your channels. But again, the caveat is if you're a reflector, you're not going to have any channels because you don't have any defined gates. But again, the caveat to this all is if you're a reflector, you're not going to have any channels because you don't have any defined centers. So it doesn't mean for a reflector that you don't have access to any of this, but you just need someone to come into your energy field that has that center defined where you have a gate in your chart, and then that is going to activate within you. But by being a reflector, you are so heavily influenced by the different transits that are going on around you and the people who come into your auric field. So you don't have to worry about not getting that energy or the little bit of the pings from those gates, because the minute someone comes into your field, you automatically reflect that gate back to them. And then that's how you get to use that gate, and that's how you get to sample the energy from that gate within your chart as well. So if you do want to know more about your gates and your channels and how they align with the astrological aspects of your chart, then head over to Your Magnetic Purpose. You can book an astrological reading with me where I go specifically over the gates and the planets in your chart and how it gives that little nuance to those things as well. And also stay tuned, because for the next couple of weeks, we're going to spend some time going over every single gate and each channel so you can really have a deep dive into this and you can understand yourself better, but also the people around you better as well. So this has been coming up more and more and more, like I said earlier in my readings, that people really want to deep dive into these gates. They really want to know what their special talents are, and they want to know how to best express them and use them with their astrological and planetary placements. So that's why I'm going to be doing this series where we will be going into all of that and more. So please, if you like this episode, like, share, subscribe, share this with a friend, and it really helps to get the word out there. Again, thank you all for the amazing response of messaging me, booking your readings, sending my podcast to your friends. It means the world to me, and I can't wait to connect with you all in the next episode. Bye. Take care.